Beautiful evening for a top-of-the-table clash in the WPSL's Lone Star Conference as Austin Rise look to shake off their first loss of the season and reassert their control of the division against second-place FC Dallas here at Palmer Field at the St. David's Performance Center in North Austin. It's the two stingiest defenses and the two highest-scoring attacks in the Lone Star Conference. It should be a good one, and it's coming up live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Austin Rise Soccer. My name is Rob Jaskula, joined by my broadcast colleague, David Roy. And David, what a beautiful evening it's turned into. It's nice and cool. We're expecting some good soccer today.
Well, good soccer is going to be the key here this evening, and maybe no bigger spot here than what's in store for us here tonight. And we haven't talked about it too much, off air or coming into this, but one of the biggest elements to it is most certainly how important this contest is. I'll pull up the standings for folks at home just to help them get a grasp for just how crucial of a contest this is here tonight. You can see it on your screen. It is pretty critical. Right there, FC Dallas, second place in the conference, just behind Austin Rise coming into tonight.
And Austin Rise started their season with 4 straight wins, didn't give up a goal until their 4th match of the season. But this past Sunday here at Palmer Field, it was just not the Rise's night as they fell 2-1 to a Lone Star SC side that picked up their first points of the season with a really strong second-half comeback to take all 3 points and really tighten things up here in the Lone Star Conference. Rise still lead here in the division, and they will at the end of the night no matter what. But FC Dallas can really make things interesting. These two teams met back on the 24th of May. That was a 2-0 win for Austin Rise at Dr. Pink Stadium. The goal scorers in that one were Torres and Camuso. And for Gianna Camuso, she's also coming off a big penalty goal last week. She returns to the starting lineup for manager Michael Bates, and she is one of my big picks to click for Austin Rise here this evening. And we might as well run you through the starting 11 while we're at it. Liesl Tetmeyer, the United States Youth International, returns to start in goal. She's been splitting halves with Peyton Urban. We'll see if that continues here tonight. The back four, Ryan Jurgovich at right back. The center halves unchanged, Cambry Patrick and Lauren Westwood. Gabby Crishon, the veteran, comes in to play at left back as the Honduras international Emily Chicas is on the bench this evening. Midfield 3, Kara Harris and Ashley Perez in the 6s. Wakana Osei plays ahead of her in the cam. And the front 3 tonight, Gianna Camuso and Millie Elwood on either side of the Marine. Katie Gernsbacher starting up top here tonight. And so a very strong lineup for Michael Bates tonight, and a full bench as well. And as we look at the FC Dallas 11, they've only brought 4 substitutes. Emily Hauk starts in goal, and they'll play a 3-4-3 as listed out by their manager, Marisa Gonzalez. The 3 at the back, Lauren Alvarez, Ria Mayon, Kirsten Kaiser. Midfield 4 of Danica Anaya, Kennedy Husbands, Katarina Campbell, and Hadley Morell. And the 3 up top, Alexis Lee, Samira Miner, and Hannah Schneider. So seeing maybe some different tactics here tonight. And as we saw from Lone Star SC last week, some tactical flexibility can really make the difference out here. Rise struggled a bit with the high line last week. Let's see how they go against the 3-4-3 here this evening. And we're glad to have you with us if you didn't make it out to Palmer Field, which is starting to dry out. We have plenty of blue sky above us, but unfortunately I don't see the band here tonight, David.
Well, there's still time, and although not much left of it, and, you talk about everything that comes into this, this is probably, standings-wise, this is as critical as a matchup as they've seen all season. And when you look at the loss last week, uncharacteristic play a little bit from Austin Rise, not the way they wanted things to end, and certainly an opportunity here to kind of see how they respond to the adversity of it, of coming off a loss. This is their first time they've had that in either of the loss or the draw column So it sets up a pretty crucial circumstance here for Austin Rise tonight.
And as Rise move through their home schedule, this is the third match of the home schedule here in the WPSL's Lone Star Conference. Rise will return to action, by the way. The next home game is on a Thursday, the 2nd of July. That is a holiday evening, 7 p.m. here at Palmer Field. If you can make it out, please do. If not, we'll be here live. But thank you for spending parts of your Saturday evening with us here on YouTube. We're excited to be here. The sun has come out, and we are just minutes away from action here in the WPSL, and we really can't say how big of a match this is, but for FC Dallas, they've not brought all of their firepower, leaving 3 multi-goal scorers at home. Story Sexton and Libby Janareth, neither one has made the trip, and their leading scorer, the first-team All-Big 12 midfielder Taylor Zdrojewski, is not in the lineup for FC Dallas, so perhaps an opportunity for Austin Rise to really get after them with these two teams with very stout defenses, though. FC Dallas have only given up 4 goals this season, only bettered by Austin Rise, who have only conceded 3, but those 3 goals have come in escalating fashion over the last 2 games. So I think shoring things up at the back will be a key for Austin Rise here this evening. These two teams with outstanding goal differentials and really kind of setting themselves apart as the class of the Lone Star Conference.
Well, we'll pull up those standings again just for, again, in case you missed it, folks at home, and you can just see from looking at your screen. This is where things stand. I mean, this is where we're at here tonight. A battle between the top 2 in the conference right now, or at least tied for second place, FC Dallas and, of course, Fort Worth Vaqueros. Those are the other 2 sitting right there, the only 2 outside of Austin Rise who have 2 wins on the season at minimum, and so still within reach, and that's important, especially as the schedule gets a little bit smaller with what's left. It just makes this that much more important. Keep in mind, Rob, after tonight, conference-wise, we've only got 2 more actual conference games. There's a couple exhibition games, but it's coming down to the wire for these other teams in the conference.
And we'll have to do the math. It could be a regular season title on the line, more or less, here this evening. If not officially, then certainly unofficially here in this top-of-the-table clash. And we're going to send things downstairs right now for the playing of our national anthem.
Joining us in assisting on the national anthem for those that are hearing impaired is AB from Austin Community College.
Back for kickoff here at Palmer Field at the St. David's Performance Center in North Austin. Rob Jaskula, David Roy with you. Welcome again the other members of our Vipe Live broadcast crew. Happy to be with you. Merle Bertrand, Rob Jaskula Sr. running the cameras, producing in the studio tonight, the incomparable Suna Venkat. Well, the sun has come out, the wind has died down, and I think we might be clear of the rain here, David. Why did I say that?
Sunny skies are in the forecast right now at kickoff, 84 degrees to get you set. So a comfortable night at least, maybe a little warm compared to what it was under the rain, but not a bad night at the very least, and certainly going to set some interesting field conditions, much like it did a week ago. You know, we were talking about it last week. All that rain, it creates slick field conditions, creates the opportunity for that ball to get away from you a little bit more, rolling across that turf. Can make it a little bit trickier to handle. So it's going to come down a little bit more to maybe that ball control style of play that gave Austin Rise fits last week. We'll see if they can overcome that here tonight and get back to the same aggressive, attacking, pressing the offensive squad that we have seen and come to know throughout the first half of the season.
Not sure if we're going to have a hydration break this week. It's been 50-50 here for our home games here at Palmer Field. There was no hydration break week one. There was one last week. Our center referee this evening, Joya Asadi, remains to be seen what he decides to go with. The officiating crew wearing their yellow shirts with black shorts, black socks. FC Dallas will wear their red shirts, red socks, with navy blue shorts trimmed in white. Austin Rise wearing their home kits this evening. Light blue, navy blue, and white trim. Navy shorts, white socks. With that 84 degrees for any of our friends tuning in from parts abroad, 29. For any of you folks who prefer to go by the metric system. And no real wind to speak of. That shouldn't really make a difference. And the field, I described the pitch last week as a little bit squishy after all the rain. It did rain throughout this afternoon, but it wasn't as much volume. The surface, I think, is in prime condition based on when I was walking around during warm-ups. This is a beautiful new 4G surface here at the home of the 2023 MLS Next Pro champion, Austin FC2. So a top-tier artificial playing surface. Field running north to south in the traditional fashion, and a beautiful full-size pitch. You see the roof of the stand here as well. We do love bringing you games from this facility. Not expecting sunset till about 8:40 p.m. here tonight. And is it the longest day of the year? No, it's tomorrow, but we're right there with some of the longest evenings that we will have the entire year, but the floodlights should come on for the second half. Rise will attack left to right as we begin tonight again in the light blue. FC Dallas in red, attacking right to left. FC Dallas keeper Emily Hauk is kitted out very similar to the officiating crew, a highlighter yellow shirt, black shorts, black socks. To our left is Liesl Tetmeyer. She wears purple from head to toe. Katie Gernsbacher is ready to kick us off, and we're underway here on Saturday night. It's Kara Harris, the Mississippi State Bulldog, controlling for Rise. Into Akana Osei getting the start after her strong second half last week, but it is turned over in midfield to Danica Anaya, and FC Dallas will pass it among their center halves. Here's Mann with Alvarez. Now Kaiser firing it up the right wing side. No one home there, though, for the visitors. And Gabby Crishone can collect for Austin Rise here in the opening minute at Palmer Field. Glad to have you with us. And a nice crowd on hand enjoying this sunny Saturday evening. Here's Crishone. Working with Samira Miner on her back. But Crishone spinning away from the tackle, trying to feed it up to Osei, but stepping into the passing lane was Anaya. And now FC Dallas looking to attack. A long shot coming in from Kaiser. That's tipped over the bar by Tetmeyer. She had to be awake for that one. That was on a postage stamp heading to the upper corner. First shot of the game goes to FC Dallas, and they'll get the first corner. He'll be taken on the far side by Kennedy Husbands, their midfielder. Miner is right in front of Tetmeyer, but the rest of FC Dallas stacking up in the upper half of the penalty area. The corner is lofted in towards the back post, headed away by Gernsbacher. Rise clear but only as far as Kaiser. She feeds it to her right. It's Husbands. Husbands looking to fire in a cross. She's being closed down, though. And it is out for another FC Dallas corner after 2 minutes.
That one's out of the park.
All the way out onto these service roads, so a new ball coming in. Had some good hustle from one of the Austin Rise ball girls on the far side. Good teamwork from them. Second corner here in the early going for FC Dallas. This time Husbands going towards the near post. Meeting it on the volley was Lauren Alvarez, but well wide. And it's a goal kick, but FC Dallas have come out firing. They have all the shots. They have all the attacking play here in the opening few minutes. And I do see a tactical change here made by Michael Bates here this evening. Ryan Jurgovich is going to play on right wing, attacking, with Gabby Crishone behind her at right back. Jurgovich has been ever present for Rise there this season. It's Millie Elwood playing left back, and now it's turned over at the edge of the box. Looking to attack again, RFC Dallas. Left-footed shot coming in, fired wide by Husbands. But a turnover in a dangerous position. It's been all FC Dallas here in the opening 3 minutes. Liesl Tetmeyer and Rise in general like to play the modern short goal kick, and here they are doing it here. Cambry Patrick out of her own end. Firing up right wing, back heeled down nicely by Gernsbacher. First time pass by Osei, looking to feed it back to Gernsbacher. But FC Dallas able to fire it into touch. Katarina Campbell with the heads-up play there. Crishone lobs it in towards Osei, but a few FC Dallas bodies there, and they feed it into midfield. Alexis Lee. She goes back to Campbell. Now up the right, here comes Husbands. Looking to find Alvarez. But stepping into the passing lane nicely was Millie Elwood for Austin Rise. To Camuso, and went all the way back to Tetmeyer. And Tetmeyer fires it up over the benches and out for an FC Dallas midfield throw. We've played 4 minutes here at Palmer Field, scoreless. But it is FC Dallas who have started on the front foot. Thrown in towards Mayon. Lobbed out by Elwood. To Camuso. Rise trying to play up the left wing, but it is out for another FC Dallas throw. And Rise doing a nice job keeping their defensive shape here. They've done a lot of defending in the early going. In midfield trying to spin off a tackle was Alexis Lee, and she drew the foul. That'll be a free kick to Kaiser in front of Austin Rise manager Michael Bates. Rhea Mayon. Bit of a loose touch. Gernsbacher couldn't quite step on top of it, though. Got it to Campbell. Now Kaiser. Looking to find somebody in the middle. The only one there was Millie Elwood for Rise. This is our first time seeing Millie Elwood out of Marlow, England, the Texas Tech Red Raider. Here's Cambry Patrick looking to fire it over the top. She's got the run of Jurgovich. That's a great ball. Here's Ryan Jurgovich with Camuso heading towards the penalty spot. Jurgovich's touch took her wide, though, and Alvarez in with a slide tackle. That's out for what looks to be a throw to the Rise, just a yard up from the end line. Well, let's see if the Rise can get their first shot in as the throw goes into the box. Too tall for Gernsbacher. And FC Dallas do collect. Minor firing it cross pitch. Ooh, that just went over the head of Cambry Patrick. But now Wakana Osei for Rise. Feeds Gernsbacher to her right. Gernsbacher has room, shoots. Knocked down and saved well by Hauk. The rebound cleared out of the box. But Rise looking to attack again. Here's Jurgovich trying to put in a first-time cross. She scuffed it a bit, but it was a challenge for Hauk with all the backspin. But she did well to collect. But now 6.5 minutes in, starting to see some attacking intent from Rise. Kaiser dribbling out from her own end. Not too much of a press from Rise here in the early going. Ball over the top, looking for the run, and that's going to find Lee, but the flag has gone up for offside. High line there from Austin Rise, which we haven't seen a whole lot of, but it is effective there in drawing the flag. Well, 7 minutes in, David and Rise just starting to settle into this match.
Well, it took them a little bit, but like you said, settling in, and that's really the key. And more importantly, settling back into the norm of what we've seen from them, prior to last week, on the attack, on the offensive, and not on their heels, trying to force FC Dallas to be on their heels.
Here's Kara Harris in midfield for Rise. On her back is Hadley Morell, but Harris with some good ball control tried to fire it towards the right wing. Jurgovic was there. It's knocked down. Gernsbacher, the first one there. Elwood tried to get it to Harris, but it falls to Alexis Lee for FC Dallas. Her through ball, though, brought a whistle in midfield. Now it looks like a late free kick has been given behind the play by our referee, Joya Asadi, here this evening. 8th minute here at Palmer Field, and we are goalless here at the top of the table in the Lone Star Conference of the WPSL. Here's Lauren Alvarez. For Miner, back to Alvarez. Jurgovic applying pressure. Miner with some good footwork, but couldn't get through the tandem of Jurgovic and Krishon. But now the throw coming in towards the corner of the box. A physical challenge from Elwood was a fair one, and Rise do clear through midfield. It's Katarina Campbell to settle for FC Dallas, who have had the bulk of the possession here in the opening 10 minutes. Kirsten Kaiser. A bit of a loose pass. Osei trying to get onto it, but it's Anaya, the first one there for the visitors. Up the wing, Lee. Alexis Lee has Ashley Perez on her. Turns it over to Harris. Good tackle from Kara Harris. Into Camuso with her back to goal. And she has to feed it back for Patrick. Cambry Patrick firing it through. Osei with a good run. Flag stays down. It's Osei in the corner. But it is out for what looks to be a goal kick, and Osei doesn't like that one. She thought she played it off of Campbell. But it is a goal kick for Emily Hauk and the visitors. Here in the 10th minute, scoreless. Shots 3-2 in favor of FC Dallas. They've taken both corners here in the early going. Only 4 on the bench for the visitors here this evening. Here's Campbell. Played by Kaiser across to Mann. Yeah, Mann with plenty of time. Trying to play it through the middle, but Krishon is there for Rise. Ahead Gernsbacher with her back to goal. But a nice tackle made on her by Mann. In midfield, but Perez got a foot in there. But instead it is Anaya. Back for Kaiser. And it's FC Dallas controlling in their own end. To the left wing side, here's Alvarez. Alvarez looking to pick out a through ball. She got past Westwood. It's in for Lee, but a sliding Liesl Tetmeyer got there first. A brave play by the USA Youth International, Liesl Tetmeyer. And out of their own end, here are Rise. Harris trying to play a long through ball, but that hit a body. Picked up by Elwood, though. She's knocked over. Play on, says the referee. Here's Osei turning in midfield, trying to play it through for Camuso. Camuso gets to it first. She shoots, and a kick save from Hauk. And FC Dallas put it out for a throw. Well, a phenomenal through ball from Wakana Osei, and that shot just a little too close to the keeper. Krishon to take the throw for Elwood. Elwood had Miner on her, but it is still Millie Elwood. Westwood and Elwood. Now Perez, who looks to be playing more center back here this evening. Westwood. And Harris, good passing triangles here from Rise. And Lauren Westwood, the native of Farnborough, England, one of 2 English players in the 11 this evening for Michael Bates. As Harris sprays it towards left wing, looking for Patrick. She has to tap it back to Perez, but a bit of miscommunication, and it is out for an FC Dallas throw. After 12 minutes, but the match really a little bit more even now here in the last 5 minutes. It's Perez. Ahead for Camuso. Gianna Camuso, the goal scorer last week, and scored a goal in the return fixture back on the 24th of May. A 2-0 Rise win at the Dr. Pink Stadium up in Dallas. Here's Gernsbacher lobbing it towards Jurgovic at the top of the box. Hauk is well out, though, to play it with her feet. And into midfield it comes for Miner. Good possession here from FC Dallas. They are very content to go back when they need to as they look to feed a through ball. But that's too heavy for everyone. And Liesl Tetmeyer there to play it with her feet. Now Westwood. Crashone. Evaluating the press of FC Dallas. Not playing too far forward, but they do force a turnover. Alvarez, but Jurgovic there for Rise. That she'll go all the way back to Tetmeyer. Well, that's the benefit you get from playing a fullback up on the wing. Good defensive acumen. Left wing, it's Cambry Patrick. She lobs it up towards Camuso, but only FC Dallas bodies there as they feed it forward now. Looking for Schneider. Over towards left wing, but it's Jurgovic there ahead of Alvarez. And Jurgovic using her backside well to shield it out and win the throw for Austin Rise. Here in the 14th minute, we are scoreless at Palmer Field on a beautiful Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us and spending part of your Saturday with us. Crashone for Harris in midfield. Perez with Harris directing traffic. Well, Perez dithered on the ball for a little too long there. It's picked up by Husbands. Looking for Morel, but it's Alexis Lee firing the shot in, but well wide. Kara Harris was there to slide into the passing lane and force the shot, which wasn't at a great angle. Then there'll be another goal kick for Liesl Tetmeyer and Austin Rise, who are left to right across your screen, wearing their home light blues with white trim, navy numbers, navy shorts, and white socks. Perez and Westwood, the center back pairing. Ahead for Gernsbacher. She tried the back heel towards Osei, but stepping into the passing lane that time was Anaya. Now Morel. Good tracking back from Osei, who forces the poor pass. And now Wakana Osei in midfield for Gernsbacher. Rise looking to get on the front foot. FC Dallas getting their numbers back. Jurgovic, though, running through the middle. But Alvarez got her foot in there ahead of Jurgovic. And it'll be Kaiser for FC Dallas. We've played 15 minutes here at Palmer Field, scoreless. Mann. Looking to pick out a pass, waiting for some runners. She does find Lee in for Miner. But Rise Millie Elwood there to step in the lane. And Westwood fires it towards the left wing. Oh, Cambry Patrick had a good run going. But the pass was a little bit behind her and hit her in the forearm. It'll be a free to FC Dallas. And we've calmed down a little bit since that fast start in the opening few minutes.
Well, you talked about settling in, and so far both teams trying to do just that, and both squads just kind of, I think, really kind of trying to find a rhythm. It's almost sort of like you went down the pipe, you went the length of the pitch both ways a little bit. You sort of have felt each other out. Now you've got that early inclination, that early feel. Now you're settling back in, trying to figure out, okay, this is how they're going to approach this tactically. This is what we need to adjust to be able to get and create what we want.
Anaya to the left wing for Miner. Miner puts in a cross. Tetmeyer bobbles it. Loose in front. The shot hits the post. Well, Hadley Morel had a good look. Kara Harris was there to put a little bit of pressure on her and denied by the woodwork, RFC Dallas, but they've won a corner. And they've had all of the really good looks here in the last few minutes. Liesl Tetmeyer's really been a rock back there for Rise, but just the short hop Caught her out there. Third corner of the opening 20 minutes for FC Dallas. It goes towards the near post looking for Alvarez. Harris was there for Rise. Cleared only as far as man, though. And she'll spray it towards the right wing, Lee. Firing in a left-footed cross towards the back post. That's knocked down in front of Miner. And Jurgovich is there for Rise. But the flag's also gone up for offside, so it'll be a free kick either way to Rise after 17 minutes. And scoreless. Liesl Tetmeyer's been called into action. We've also seen a couple of saves from Emily Hauk at the other end. Looks like the free kick needs to be taken further back, according to our referee, Joya Asadi. Both starting 11 still out there. As Westwood pushes Rise forward, waiting for the whistle. There it is. Headed down nicely by Mann. She's got a height advantage on Gernsbacher. For Miner, goes all the way back to Campbell to the right side, Kaiser. Kaiser trying to fire it through the middle. Perez was there nicely with the head. It falls to Cambry Patrick for Rise, who finds a good pass into midfield, and Gernsbacher. Gernsbacher with pressure on her, but finds the left wing side, Cambry Patrick. Playing at left back this evening. She tried to find Wakana Osei, but Kaiser stepped into the passing lane, and it's ahead for Miner. Good defending from Crishone, and they are in a foot race towards the left wing side. And Crishone shields it out for a Rise throw. And it will be Michael Bates who makes the first substitute of the evening as Rise prepare a change. Looks like it'll be Ashley Perez who takes a seat. And no number yet on the Rise substitute. A full 9 on the bench for Michael Bates here this evening as it goes up the near side out for a throw to Dallas. In for Campbell here in the 20th minute. Mia Wiley, the Texas Tech Red Raider out of Westwood High School, has entered the fray for Rise. Looks like she will play in a 3 at the back with Crishone and Westwood. So Michael Bates may be matching the tactics. Oh, it looks like man marking actually from Rise as it falls into midfield. Lee trying to play it over the top. Crishone is the only one back, and she plays it towards the near side. Still going to be an attacking opportunity for Dallas as Miner tracks it down. Samira Miner. Jurgovich got a toe in there. Good tracking back. Good hustle from Ryan Jurgovich. I just mentioned Rise going with 3 at the back. We haven't seen much of that.
FC, number 20, Mia Wiley.
And in midfield, Anaya for Kaiser. Campbell with a bit of pressure from Gernsbacher. And Gernsbacher forced the errant pass. It's out for a throw on the far side. Cambry Patrick there for Rise. And what's been a really possession-based opening 20 minutes. Rise have had their looks. And here's Gernsbacher looking to pick out a pass. Jurgovich was making a run, but Alvarez stepped in the passing lane, and now here is Lauren Alvarez. Playing it with her left to Lee, looking for a left wing Miner, but Jurgovich again with the hustle, tracking all the way back to put that out for an FC Dallas throw. And now the visitors are going to make several substitutions. Looks like they're going to bring in the whole bench. So actually, I can just run you through it. Morgan Landry, Gianna Owens, Nadia Ortiz, and Holly Storer all entering for the visitors and manager Marisa Gonzalez. I like when they make it easy on me like that.
Well, they're making it easy on you, and right now Jurgovich making Tiedemayer's job back there pretty easy too. At this point, Tiedemeyer needs to buy Jurgovich some dinner tonight at this rate because Jurgovich has been like a rogue in the back end, coming in defensively, helping out Tiedemeyer, keeping the pressure off Tiedemeyer, and really helping from that defensive aspect. Now they need that same help to translate to the offensive side and to the attack.
Alvarez in towards Schneider, but Krishon was there, and Jurgovich is upended by Alvarez. No whistle. It falls to Landry. Husbands looking to feed the right wing, but no one home there. That is out for another Austin Rise throw. We've played 22 minutes here at Palmer Field, so just about the first quarter of the match has gone by. We are scoreless. Shots in favor of FC Dallas 6-3, and they've had the last 3 shots of this match. Here's Campbell with her back to goal. Now, man, only Gernsbacher in the FC Dallas half. But Harris stepping into the passing lane. Knocked it down. Here's Osei, but her pass was a little behind Gernsbacher. And Ortiz found the run of Storer. Storer trying to feed it in front, but at the top of the box, nicely knocked down by Wiley. And Westwood tried to get it back to her, but FC Dallas there to step in again. Ortiz. Eventually it falls to Krishon, who just hoofs it back to midfield. And Storer for FC Dallas. Campbell with a toe poke towards Mann. Mann looking for Ortiz. Lauren Westwood charging into that passing lane, drew a foul as well. It'll be a free to Austin Rise. Well, we've seen some good possession here in the opening 23 minutes of play. Ball maybe starting to bounce around a little bit more there as Wiley looks to feed it over the top left wing. And she was looking for a run of, I believe, Emma Torres. But the whistle's gone. Should be a throw on the left wing side for Austin Rise. It is. Into Gernsbacher. Trying to feed across in. She played it off of Owens. This should be a corner for the first time this evening to Austin Rise. It is.
Let him hear you, Austin. It's an Austin Rise FC corner kick!
Coming from the far side after 24 minutes. Osei and Elwood are on the goal line. Other bodies about 16 yards out at the back post for Rise. Here comes the corner. Looking for the run. It falls to Gernsbacher. She got a thigh to it, but a sliding tackle from Westwood. She couldn't get the shot away. Here's Landry. Good defending from FC Dallas as they hoof it out into the Rise end of the field. And out for an Austin Rise throw. Well, that was a great corner, and we saw Katie Gernsbacher working around the line of runners. Really kind of a basketball screen. She just couldn't get the shot away. In midfield, Harris. Ahead for Gernsbacher. Gernsbacher turns, looking for the run of Osei. That was just ahead of her, though. And Mann will go all the way back to Hauk. We've played 25 minutes here at Palmer Field, and we are scoreless. Alvarez. For Storer. She has Krishon shadowing her. A lot of man-on-man marking here from Austin Rise. It's Kaiser. In the midfield, Campbell. Good footwork from her. Man, now it's Osei's turn to press for Rise. Or Alvarez left wing. Krishon charging her down. And it is out over the end line, and that is a goal kick. Well, good physical tackle from Gabby Krishon, the veteran. Enough to put her off of the run, but not enough for the foul. 26 minutes gone here at Palmer Field as Liesl Tetmeyer goes short. Wiley into Westwood. It's Lauren Westwood charging out of the back for Gernsbacher. In the midfield, it falls. Torres. But that pass was picked up by Landry. And now Rise will need to apply some defensive pressure. It's out for a throw to Dallas. Dallas content to build their possession in midfield with man. Towards Alvarez, but Ryan Jurgovich with a great tackle there, and it fell to Osei. Osei did a good job shrugging off her defender. Strong tackle in midfield from Dallas, but Kara Harris is there to pick up possession for Rise. And now Westwood for Elwood. Now Wiley in the midfield. It's Harris stepping up, looking to fire it towards the right wing. It's a good play by Gernsbacher to even just stop that one, and it falls to Harris. Harris looking to feed it up left wing. Rise looking to attack here. Up the left wing side. A tackle comes in, though, and it falls to Campbell at the top of the box off the deflection. And Osei couldn't get there. Wakana Osei doing a lot of running. Well, 9 on the bench this evening for Austin Rise, but they've only made 1 or 2 changes. Manager Michael Bates has the whiteboard out and everything as he makes some tactical adjustments with his defense here in the 29th minute, scoreless at Palmer Field. Holly Storer for FC Dallas on left wing, looking to feed a long through ball towards Lee. It was too heavy for her, and Tetmeyer there with her feet. And up left wing, Rise looking to attack with Camuso. And now Torres. Torres flicks it up over the head of the defender, chests it down. Torres looking to get a shot in. Slide tackle from Campbell, and it rolls into the hands of Houck. Well, a good tackle there. But Emma Torres with the flick over the defender, showing a bit of flash. That's what I thought too. I still want to commit to that. Yeah, Emma Torres does wear number 10 for Rise that we've seen here in the home matches. And she was the other goal scorer in the 2-0 win back on May 24th in Dallas. Alvarez in midfield, got there ahead of Jurgovich. And looking to split through the lines. The pass was a little too heavy for Ortiz. And it is out for a throw to FC Dallas. We've played a half hour here at Palmer Field, and we are still scoreless. Some good looks for both teams. I would say that FC Dallas have had a bit more of the ball and have had maybe better looks, but otherwise a pretty evenly played opening half hour. The visitors will make the next substitution. Alexis Lee heading out. Looks to be Samira Minor returning for the guests, who have a throw about 15 yards up on the near side. That's their left wing side as they attack right to left. Alvarez in towards Schneider, but she couldn't get her shot away. Millie Elwood with a nice job defending for Austin Rise. Got it to Gernsbacher. Gernsbacher had some time, tried to chip a pass into midfield. Owens, the only one there, though, for the visitors.
Substitution for FC Dallas.
Kaiser.
Number 6.
Gambry Patrick got a toe in there for a moment, but it does bounce back into the FC Dallas and Andrea Mann. Gernsbacher stepping up to press on Owens. To the right center back, Kaiser. She looked defeated ahead for Minor. Minor couldn't get on the pass, but it did bounce up and hit a Rise arm. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position here for the visitors, and we've seen a goal scored from here earlier this season. So let's see if Kennedy Husbands decides to go for it. Yeah, the wind not so much of a factor. What little breeze there is blowing towards our broadcast position across the pitch. About 30 yards out, maybe about 28 yards out, we'll call it, from Kennedy Husbands. She will take the shot, but that is into the three-person wall for Rise and out for another corner. This will be the fourth corner of the first half for the visitors. We've played 32 minutes here at Palmer Field. And Kennedy Husbands will head back over to that far corner to take again. And all four of their corners have actually been from that far spot. One on the line. 5 lined up, 12 yards out, though, as it comes back post, headed across goal. Torres clears, not out of the box, but at the second crack, she does get it out to Gernsbacher. And now Jurgovic. Rise have 2v2 if they hurry. Jurgovic, heavy touch, but she got around the challenge. Still Jurgovic trying to play it across. But stepping into the passing lane was Holly Storer. And now Kara Harris gets a tackle in. Can she keep it in on the far side? She cannot. And it is out for an FC Dallas throw, but Rise nearly catching him on the break there. We've played 33 minutes here at Palmer Field. And still scoreless, shot 7-5 in favor of the visitors, who have also taken 4 corners to Austin Rise's 1. A throw bounces to Wiley, and she goes all the way home to Liesl Tetmeyer. Back for Wiley. Hard press from Miner. And again, it'll go all the way back to Tetmeyer. She'll fire to the right side, Crishone. She tried to tap it down to Elwood, but FC Dallas there to intercept. Here's Nadia Ortiz. With the outside of the boot trying to play a through ball. The only one there is Lauren Westwood and Liesl Tetmeyer. It'll be Tetmeyer playing it with her feet and picking it up. Ahead of Miner, rolls it out, and Rise cleared into midfield, but chesting it down is Katarina Campbell. Here come Dallas again. It's Husbands. Across for Kaiser. But Torres with a good tackle, and she's pulled back from behind. This should be a booking. Let's see. Nope. Yes. The first bit of paperwork for Joya Asadi
It's a yellow card.
is a yellow to
FC
Kirsten
Dallas,
Kaiser.
15, Kirsten Kaiser, the 35th minute.
Torres with a really good tackle, and it looked like she was ready to break up that left wing, and all Kaiser could do is grab a handful of shirt and pull her back. A professional foul from the visitors as Rise prepare 3 substitutes. Not just yet, though. I see Ari Hodge definitely going to enter the fray as it fired up left wing. Cambry Patrick looking to attack in the box. But Campbell there to fire it out for a Rise throw. And now Rise will make their 3 substitutions.
I think at this point you're hoping your substitutions can maybe spark a little life on the attacking side. Hodge last week was a big part of that. Even in the loss, she was able to get through a couple different times and create some shot opportunities. So I think you're kind of hoping if you're Coach Bates to really be able to rejuvenate, create some new life with this change here in the closing minutes.
It's Hodge, McElderry, and Schutt. And as you said, David, all 3 Rise attackers went off there, so 3 fresh bodies for the last 10 minutes of the first half as a cross comes in from the far side, but doesn't get past the first marker, Campbell. Wiley heads it out for an FC Dallas throw. 36 minutes gone here at Palmer Field, and we are scoreless between the 2 top teams here in the WPSL's Lone Star Conference. Yeah, McElderry, Schutt, and Hodge have entered the game. As McElderry with her back to goal looking to feed Ari Hodge, but Alvarez was tracking back for the guests. Falls towards the right side. Hodge can maybe get there, not quite. But it is a Rise throw in the attacking area. And David, in our 3 games, that's the first time we've seen Ryan Jurgovic take a breather. She's been ever present in our broadcasts this season.
Oh, she's been busy tonight, too. So if anybody's earned one, it's Ryan Jurgovich.
In midfield, Elwood tapped it down to Schutt. Now McElderry, corner of the box. She tries a bit of footwork. It falls to Torres. Torres, top of the box. Her shot is just over the crossbar. Emma Torres didn't have a lot of space, but she sure got a lot on that shot. Just rising all the way over Emily Hauk's crossbar.
Now in the game for your Austin Rise.
Kaiser.
This is number 28, Ari Hatch. Number 16, Bridget McElder. And number 3, Savannah Schutt.
Now Campbell looking for Alvarez, but that pass was too hot. It'll be a Rise throw right in front of our broadcast position here at the lovely Palmer Field in the St. David's Performance Center. Austin Rise's new home for the 2026 season. Katarina Campbell turns back for Gianna Owens. And Kaiser ahead of Torres. Her pass was errant, knocked down by Cambry Patrick. In midfield, Schutt. Now Harris. Looking for McElderry, corner of the box. But the flag has gone up on the near side. Rise are offside. After 38 minutes of what's been a pretty evenly played first half, FC Dallas maybe had some of the better looks, but Rise have certainly had their own. Emily Hauk has had to make a few good one-on-one saves. And when you have the top two teams in the division going at it, not a surprise, really, to see that it's been pretty evenly played.
No, it's about everything I think we would have bargained for coming into this, and it just really makes for an interesting closing first half.
Alvarez puts it out for a Rise throw. 6 minutes remaining here in the first half, plus stoppage. Shouldn't be a whole lot added on. Kennedy Husbands is going to take a breather. And she's been one of the more dangerous players for FC Dallas, really spraying the ball left and right, putting in some long shots. It's Alexis Lee who returns for the guests, who have only conceded 4 goals all year, but half of those came to Austin Rise. It's Westwood looking to play it long through the middle of the defense. Gianna Owens was there ahead of Savannah Schutt, and now Schutt's going to apply some pressure. Man, one of the 3 center backs, and her pass was errant. It'll be an attacking throw for Austin Rise. And so the 3 fresh bodies up front, Schutt, Hodge, and now Torres and McElderry starting to apply some pressure, especially on the passing from FC Dallas. Kershone's throw is going to bounce to Savannah Schutt. Torres trying to play back in. Schutt, but it's too close to Hauk, who gathers 7 yards out with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Shadows are getting long, covering just over half the pitch here at Palmer Field as Kara Harris steps into the passing lane. Got it to Torres. A good pass to Elwood. And Millie Elwood picks out Gabby Kershone. Towards the right wing, Hodge. Alvarez stepped up and put it out for another Rise throw. Rob Jaskula, David Roy, happy to be with you here. Our Vipe Live crew rounded out Merle Bertrand, Rob Jaskula Sr. on cameras, and our producer in the studio this evening, Suna Venkat. Katarina Campbell in midfield. Back for Hauk. A man trying a long through ball, but that is going to be ahead of everybody, and Tetmeyer to the corner of her penalty box with her feet to Wiley. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Up left wing it goes for Cambry Patrick. A good pass to McElderry, trying to get into the attacking third as she sprays it with her left. And Schutt. Oh, and then her return pass was behind McElderry. Bit of a miscommunication there from Rise, but a nice idea. And here's Campbell with 3 Rise around her. And FC Dallas calm on the ball, able to get it all the way back to Hauk, now man. Into midfield, Ortiz, and Ortiz is going to win a free kick. Millie Elwood pleading her case, but not too vociferously. And it'll be Rise who make the next substitution. Cambry Patrick is going to head out. And it looks like Ryan Jurgovich is going to return and play left back for what remains of the first half. It's a free kick from their own half for FC Dallas. McElderry, the lone presser for Austin Rise.
For your Austin Rise FC in the 43rd minute.
And headed away by Westwood
Ryan Jurgovich.
towards Elwood. Elwood with Ortiz on her back did well to get it to Wiley. Now Wiley picks out the run of Jurgovich left wing. Oh, but just a step ahead of her. And out for an FC Dallas throw. Here in the 43rd minute, still scoreless here at Palmer Field. Landry down for Kaiser, but she is tackled by Torres, but Torres lost her footing. And now Mann trying to lob it up left wing. Crishone with some good fundamentals on her header. It is out for an FC Dallas throw, though, with 43 minutes gone. Now Rise with it. It's Savannah Shutt picking it up. She has McElderry on her right, but a toe from Mann will break up the run. But it is a throw to Rise, and it goes down the line for Hodge. Hodge can get across in here if she can settle it. She gets around one defender. She shoots with her left. Good save, Houck. The rebound is loose. Shot in from Torres, but wide of the near post. Well, that's the best look for Austin Rise. Just unable to find the back of the net. And the quick throw, I think, is really what made that attacking opportunity happen. A quick throw down the line from Hodge, and Hodge was able to get around Owens really nicely. Got her shot in. Houck palmed it to her right, and it was in a dangerous position as Hodge volleys it back where it came from off the goal kick. 1 minute to play in normal time of the first half. And it is an attacking throw again for Rise. It's Hodge. Or Shutt. Now back to Gabby Crishone. Looking for Kara Harris, who does a nice job to control in midfield towards McElderry, but she was coming back from an offside position. And it is a free to the visitors. And they're going to take it quickly. Owens for Kaiser. Kaiser trying a long through ball. Wiley steps into the passing lane, though, towards her left. And Maya Ramirez steered it out for Rise. And along the far side, it is Samira Miner who comes away with it. She tried to fire in a cross. That didn't get through Westwood, though. And now Rise for Harris. In the closing seconds of the 45 in the first half, Harris turned it over to Lee. Lee fires it across the box, but no runner was coming. It's out for a goal kick. Looks like just 1 minute signaled by our referee, Joya Asadi, and that's about right. We've played 15 seconds of it. Tetmeyer will go short to Wiley. Firing it up left wing, and that is right towards the Austin Rise coaching staff. In the bench, it's a throw for FC Dallas. They have about 30 seconds, maybe a little more, as Kaiser throws it in. Chested down by Lee for Campbell. They'll go back into their own half. Owens for Mann. As the final seconds starting to tick away here in the first half, Mann tries to fire it over the top, headed to her right by Miner. Miner got it to Storer, but Storer falls under a good challenge. Now Kaiser trying a long shot, but that got blocked by Harris. It does go out. It would be a corner kick to FC Dallas, but Joya Asadi has blown for halftime, where we are goalless here at Palmer Field. Shots 8-8, and David, after a bright start for FC Dallas, Austin Rise really got into that first half, and no goals, but some good chances both ways.
Well, and it's a busy first half, right? And it's a first half of play where
Austin Rise
you
FC
feel
would
like
like to thank us
you've
for
been busy, but nobody's got anything to show for it. A lot of shots on goal, a lot of scoring opportunities that you can't miss. And it's interesting to watch Rise
UT
because Coach Bates on the far end, you can almost feel it, whether you're watching it at home or you're up here in the booth. You can feel the frustration from Austin Rise, right? A lot of miscommunication, a lot of sloppiness would be the best way to describe it, at least tactically. Like Coach Bates over there on the sideline working up and down, frustrated at a few different points in time. Couple missed passes, couple times where it feels like you're just not in sync when you go to mount your attack on the offensive side, and it's just a little bit unsteady right now if you're Rise from an attacking standpoint. The saving grace has been what you have added from a defensive stance, and everything that has been done on the back end. Jurgovich has been a big part of that. Tetmeyer's got to, buy a box of chocolates or, take her out to a nice dinner. I don't know, whatever it is that she's got to do. But Tetmeyer owes a big thank you, in short, right, for everything that has gone on from Jurgovich in that first half. And it's really just that unsteadiness, that out of sync feel that has really created this frustration. We'll see if they can sort that out, here at the break and maybe come into that second half with a fresh set of eyes.
And you make a good point there about the frustration and manager Michael Bates. We saw him over there on the far side. He had the whiteboard out. Yeah. He was moving pieces around, really getting involved tactically, not necessarily liking what he sees and making some changes. Now, shots are 8-8. Liesl Tetmeyer was forced into the best save of the first half in the opening minutes. Emily Hauk at the other end has had more saves to make and tougher saves to make one-on-one as Rise have kind of hit on the brake a little bit more. I do have to say that FC Dallas have had more of the possession here in the first half, and we did see more of the play to our left. And, well, that's been a rarity here in the home matches that we've seen. It's a top-of-the-table clash, and it's really been evenly matched.
Fans, don't forget you can get your hands
pretty
on the
even,
World
pretty
Cup
back and
FC
forth. It's what you'd expect, though, among some of the two top
Merchandise.
teams in the conference. And that just sets the stage for a pretty dramatic finish to this one.
It's going to be a really good second half, and it looks like Peyton Urban is again warming up to our left. And we've seen Michael Bates make the change at halftime of both of the opening two home matches of the season for Austin Rise. It looks like he may be going back to that again. But for right now, it is halftime here at Palmer Field, and we are goalless between FC Dallas and Austin Rise.
Investment in the growth of women's soccer, and Austin Rise thanks you.
Nothing right on the train than when there's a story somewhere in a cable and I can hear it in the headset. I know it's not picking up on the screen, but I can hear it in the headset. And it's just that crackling kind of buzzing, and I'm like, I know there's a story. I have to start unplugging cables left and right, turning around, blowing up, plugging back in, see what the six of it. You figure out what's buzzing? I think it's.
If you would get to the halftime show, please come to me.
I don't know if you heard all of that, but I think that's our intern Taylor screaming if you were picked to play in the halftime game, report down to the field. If you were selected, so apparently I talked about this prior, if you were selected to come out and play here for halftime and take part in our halftime competition, we need you to get down to midfield now.
Boy, I'm having to spend a lot of time thinking about not taking the ball out. That's been the hardest part today. When it's their throw, the Rice throw, and I'm like, no, I'm saying the throw, not the Rice. I'm like diagramming the sentence here in my head.
I read that and I'm like,
Yeah, just a bit.
oh, that's a little. I'm like,
Oh, so I read through my emails. I didn't see any emails.
yo, because I'm not.
Well, also I should have.
I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's not a thing where it's like, if you say it, and you're broadcasting the game.
Exactly. I got you put them up if you want them.
She did say, I don't know what idea she's got. She mentioned some idea about being able to run it and assist the stadium. I don't know how that would work. I mean, because the only thing I can think of, I told her this actually, the only thing I can think of is if you have a split. Where if I could kind of do that, but even then, I don't know how well that would work.
All right, the ball moves back. We continue to try to make
One of two things
the shot from distance. That one's in, so she qualifies for the next round. Let's see our next contestant. You make it, you move on. If you miss, game over.
Right.
We don't want that.
Right.
That makes it.
I don't know how you can pull that off. There's only the one force.
She plays for a place called USA.
It gets over the line. We got all three moving on.
You want to throw any of this?
Going left footed and hits it. Back of the net. Our next contestant up. Ooh, oh, just a tad wide. Good effort. Contestant number 3. It's over.
I had to tilt it in a way that I could see the screen without the glare.
Oh, I know.
A little bit more distance on this one.
There hadn't been much to replay, but
Oh, like a true number 9 right in the back corner of the net.
there hadn't been much for me to concentrate on the screen with. It's like, well,
It's like, well, they need to stop shooting right at the goal.
Gotta make it to keep the game going.
well, like I said, I mean, at one point saw Bates over there.
And this one will just trickle wide. Congratulations to the winner.
I haven't seen you that animated at all. I'm like, you're more animated tonight than you were last week, and you lost.
Combined, I think he's more animated than the first 2 games.
Yep.
I always look at the score. Oh, yeah.
And now it looks like we have our big kids approaching for our second game here tonight. 4 contestants in this one. Game, same rules apply. Everybody trying to make it from the same distance. If you make it, you continue. If you miss, you're eliminated. I don't know if y'all got those warm-up kicks in. Who wants to go first? Looks like our friend from Bastrop High gets the first goal of the night.
I'll took me a little bit to finally figure it out on those logos how to make the background. I had them before they shut in the box.
Right.
I got it set up
All right, we're 2 for 2.
to be transparent so that it's just a logo. Like that looks so much better when I sit there and I look at it.
Oh, just passing it into the net, but that will get you a pass to the next round. Buries it. All 4 contestants move on to the next round. That's right, no warm-ups. Let's just get it. They already had their chance. All 4 have continued. Much easier than it actually looks. Just a tad wide. 1 eliminated. 3 more to go. Ooh, this time wide to the left. We have 2 down, 2 remaining. Oh, just a tad wide, near side. That's 3 down. For the win, makes it easy. Number 9 Style. Congratulations once again to our winner.
Is that what it is? Oh, yeah, that's So when we all get together, it's like, you guys look alike. What is happening here? I'm like, yeah, these are my cousins, man. They got the curly hair, they got the gap in the teeth. It's just family, man.
I have to remember to change it back when they go back for Austin High games. Otherwise it's going to be like, oh crap, nothing's working for the screen. Why is it still buffering? Oh, that's right. All the settings That's what she said. She said, well, we've got one of those riders from the board game so that, you know, like I can get you one. And I guess House Park has hardline. Like, we won't know yet. And it doesn't help that they don't have a home scrimmage. It's like, all right, well, this is going to be a little fun.
Yeah.
I really hope they sort out the logistics of getting
Go, Hannah! Go, Amboy! Well, it sounded like somebody was letting you do it last week.
Because I know the parking even was a thing. I had to request it. But then at one point, it's like, well, we gave it to somebody else, so it's like, well, I have all this equipment, I'm not parking in the parking garage, and I'm having to walk this all the way back over. Like, that doesn't make any sense either.
Not when your people are paying me.
Exactly. Well, you know, this is, hold on. You're the home team. Like, Austin is a home team. Why are we doing it this way? Why are we doing it this way? It's like, you know, when customers come to the show, it's like, well, you guys are a home team. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Like, this is for Austin ISD. Don't do this to yourself. Take the visitors around. Like, make their life miserable.
Right.
Don't do it to us. This is for you. Just like we were talking about before, we're over here because House Park is surfing. And the moral of the story is usually blame us and ISD. Blame us and ISD. Somebody somewhere in there is going to blame for why we're over here and not.
gotta look at the schedule and
The first year they did it, and no problem with the Landon Y that's there, the rec center that's there, and that's got money on the team. Nobody started. So then they won the
Let's welcome back to the pitch. Austin Rice FC.
and say, well, then you have to reverse parking. And it's like, well, okay, well, we need to reverse parking. I'm not doing that. And I kept looking at me right, which is the worst part about it. At one point I parked with them, then at one point they had me go and park in the stadium where the coaches would park. And so like I got that price and people bump around. At one point they didn't want the park in there, so I had to hope that the skating rink was empty and parked in front of it.
nobody was in charge. You just got whatever the rest of you That was Ramirez. Yep, I didn't see the one. I just saw the two and the high socks. Yeah.
Back for second half action here at Palmer Field. Austin Rise and FC Dallas are scoreless after 45 minutes. Rob Jaskula, David Roy, back with you on a beautiful Saturday evening here in North Austin. The rain has stayed away since kickoff. Shots are 8 apiece. FC Dallas have had some of the better looks. Austin Rise, though, have had their own fair share of chances, getting through on goal, just firing a few of those looks a little too close to keeper Emily Hauk for the visitors. Liesl Tempmeyer had a busy first half, and it does look like Peyton Urban, the 2024 Ohio Valley Conference Keeper of the Year for Little Rock, will take over in between the sticks as she has for the 2 previous home matches that we've seen. And folks, our next home broadcast will be on the 2nd of July. That's a Thursday, as we kick off the 4th of July weekend in style here at Palmer Field. A 7 o'clock kickoff as the Fort Worth Vaqueras come a-calling. The top 2 teams in the WPSL's Lone Star Conference are knotted at 0-0. David, I'm expecting to see, well, a few changes from Austin Rise. As we mentioned, Michael Bates really didn't seem too happy tactically.
Well, that's going to be the key of it, is what do those changes entail? Is it tactics? Is it roster? Is it starters, right? Who's out there, right? We saw Peyton warming up. Does that mean Peyton's going to start the second half in the goal, as she has for the last few weeks? Or is it going to be Tempmeyer again going back out there? We don't know, and it's sense to imagine. Then the other side of it is, what does FC Dallas do, right, to kind of respond? Now, it didn't seem like they had expressed maybe the same kind of frustration. Now, they certainly had their own share of miscues and miscommunication and certainly seemed just as out of sync as Austin Rise. But Austin Rise, certainly you could feel it radiating off them maybe a little bit more, and certainly Manager Bates, you could see it expressed. The whiteboard kept coming out. At one point I was worried he might, smash it over his knee or something at one point, out of just pure frustration, and he still got it out there. So it's the tactics of it, it's the starters of it. It does look like Peyton's going to start the second half in goal.
Peyton Urban is going to our right, head to toe in purple, as she takes over after 45 minutes, just like she has in the last 2 home matches. Austin Rise will be right to left across your dial in the second half, wearing their home kit of a light blue shirt trimmed in navy and white, navy shorts, white socks. To our left is FC Dallas keeper Emily Hauk, highlighter yellow shirt, black shorts, black socks, and FC Dallas in their red away tops, trimmed in white, navy shorts, red socks. Our referee Joya Asadi and his crew in their bumblebee kits. The yellow tops, black shorts, black socks as he checks his watch. 45 minutes back up on the board. It'll be Alexis Lee to kick off the second half here at Palmer Field. FC Dallas left to right as Hannah Schneider tried to tap it down in midfield. Yeah, she does get back on top of it ahead of Maya Ramirez, who came in late in the first half to play left back for Rise. Yeah, Torres got on top of it in midfield, but a collision behind the play is going to result in a free to FC Dallas. Looks like Kara Harris, the guilty party. Shots 8 apiece in the first half. Corners 4-1 in favor of the visitors from Dallas. A free is pumped in by Kirsten Kaiser towards the far corner of the box. That was just ahead of Alvarez, who was unmarked. She does feed it back up for Danica Anaya. And now man for Anaya. She comes all the way back to the center circle. It's Katarina Campbell. Towards the right wing side, Kirsten Kaiser, who was booked in the 35th minute. She's seen the only paperwork this evening, as Ramirez clears it out through midfield. Bridget McElderry, Savannah Shutt, and Emma Torres, who all came in off the substitutes bench and finished the first half, start the second half, as does Ari Hodge on right wing for Michael Bates and Austin Rise. Here's Kaiser trying to feed it up the line, but the first one there is Wiley, who goes all the way back to Peyton Urban, and her first touch is a left-footed hoof, a good one into midfield, chested down nicely by McElderry for Torres. Torres with good patience got it to Harris, now Wiley. And she'll go all the way home to Urban, but this is better possession from Austin Rise in the opening 2 minutes of the second half, but still playing mostly out of their own half as it's tapped forward towards Shutt. But Alvarez stepped into the passing lane, put it out. It is just a throw, though, to Austin Rise. These are the top two teams in the WPSL's Lone Star Conference, as Ari Hodge touches it down. Good footwork from her, but the tackle does come in from FC Dallas, and it falls forward to Alexis Lee. She tries to pick a pass through the middle, but stepping into the passing lane was Westwood, and into midfield come Rise with Shutt. Playing a long ball, McElderry trying to chase it down ahead of Mahan. Rhea Mahan does get there first, and plays it back to her keeper, Emily Hauk, whose first touch of the second half is to play it to the right side. It's Kirsten Kaiser. Up the line into midfield, and Schneider. She had Ramirez on her back and wins a throw. In the 48th minute, still goalless, and these are the top two attacking teams in the Lone Star Conference, but they are also the conference's top two defensive teams. It's been a pretty even matchup as Millie Elwood heads it in midfield for Rise. But it falls to Hannah Schneider for the visitors. Schneider got it to Lee. Now Alexis Lee looking to pick out a pass. It's cut out, but it's only as far as Alvarez. Her shot is saved by Urban. Peyton Urban called into duty 3 minutes into the second half, and she makes the best save of the evening so far. And now a long shot coming in that's blazed over the bar. But FC Dallas now starting to get a little fire behind them. And that was a beautiful crossfield ball to Alvarez. It looked like Gabby Crashone was the first one there, but she couldn't get enough on it to get it away from Alvarez. But Peyton Urban standing strong and making a really nice save. Made herself big. Westwood for Crashone. In the midfield, it's Kara Harris. Being ahead for Shutt, looking up the line towards Hodge, but that pass was behind her. It is an FC Dallas throw, and again, they have started the brighter of the two teams here in the second half. Now Elwood, she's looking to spray it towards left wing. Ramirez should get onto this one towards the corner of the box. Here's Maya Ramirez. As Rise look to attack, waiting for runners. She tries to cross, it's blocked by Kaiser. Now Schneider clears it, but only 30 yards out, it's Elwood. Now Harris. And she'll calm things down and play it to Gabby Crashone. To right wing Hodge, looking for the run of McElderry. Instead, she cuts inside. Here's Ari Hodge, but her third touch was just too heavy. I think she was thinking about rifling a shot from distance. Now it's FC Dallas looking to break with Hannah Schneider up right wing. She has runners looking to pick out the run of Lee. Top of the box. Harris pushed her away from goal. But now it is Storer. She tries a long shot, and a diving Urban sees that one go wide of her near post. Untouched, though. It is just a goal kick. Here in the 51st minute, The opening 5 minutes of the second half have been all FC Dallas, though.
Well, but credit to Peyton Urban for keeping it from showing up on the scoreboard. That's maybe the most important element of it, and maybe speaks to Manager Bates making that change at the half.
A nice start for Peyton Urban. She certainly didn't have a whole lot of time to settle into this match since coming in at halftime, as Schutt with some nice footwork in midfield. And Rise win a throw right in front of our broadcast position here at Palmer Field. Glad to have you with us here on a beautiful Saturday evening. Lob down the line towards McElderry, but headed out by Campbell. Katarina Campbell's covered a lot of ground for the visitors here tonight. It is a throw to Rise, though. But Ramirez can't keep it in. Ramirez did get forward for Rise. Her cross was blocked right in front of her, but that's as far forward as Rise have gotten so far in the opening 6 minutes of the second half. But still 0-0. As Danica Anaya has time in midfield to pick out Alvarez. But her touch was too heavy, and Gabby Crashone was there for Rise. Here's Westwood. Millie Elwood directing traffic. Goes back to Urban, to Wiley. Now Ramirez. Picks out the pass in midfield. Elwood got it back to Ramirez. Ramirez with a nice turn. Feeding it forward to McElderry. That looked like it hit the hand of Kaiser. No whistle as it falls to Katarina Campbell. And she'll play it across to Rhea Mann. And towards the left side, it's Alvarez. She's trying to shrug off the challenge of Hodge, but Ari Hodge sticking with it and wins a throw, and Michael Bates likes that. Clapping the hustle of the youngest member of his team, Ari Hodge, who has looked dangerous when she has gotten forward. It is a throw for Rise. Taking her time is Crashone. Crashone to Elwood. And Elwood patiently plays it back to Westwood. Westwood for Wiley, the Westwood alum. Wiley driving forward. She tried to pick out Schutt, but the pass was a little too hard, and Schutt had a hard time controlling in the midfield. Schneider's touch was too heavy. There's Kara Harris. And she'll calmly play it towards the far side, and Hodge and Alvarez got tied up, and it's Alvarez who wins the free. With 8 minutes gone here in the second half, 54th minute now, it's still 0-0. But now maybe Rise settling in, just like the first half, bore the onslaught of the first 5 minutes and settling in a little bit by the looks of it.
Well, they've settled in, but settled into a stalemate. Now, the good news is that means you've managed to survive that initial onslaught of FC Dallas's attack. Now you've got to be able to find a way to create and mount one of your own.
Here's Westwood looking to pick out the run of Hodge. That ball has a lot of backspin on it. Should stay in. Hodge trying to get around Alvarez. Alvarez shielding. Hodge did get a toe in there towards the far corner. They're still battling. Hodge tries to lob it into the box, but it did carry just over the end line for an FC Dallas goal kick, but Ari Hodge looking lively on right wing. Goal kick taken short to Campbell. Campbell looking for runners. Trying to play it to Kaiser up the right wing. Wiley there for Rise, but all she can do is tap it out. It's an attacking throw for the visitors. Here in the 55th minute. And the shade cover is now just about over the whole pitch. Lights have come on here at Palmer Field. Man, had way too much on that one. That's well over the head of Samira Miner. And it'll be a goal kick to Peyton Urban and Austin Rise, who now will be looking to get a little bit more forward now that they seem to have a bit more of a foothold here in the second half. A more active press here from FC Dallas, though, as it's played to Harris. Under a bit of pressure, she was looking for Schutt, and Savannah Schutt did well to get on top of that one for Wiley. Rise playing out of their own half a lot here this evening. And Wiley dribbling through a challenge, got it to Harris. Harris with a bit too much footwork in midfield. It's Schneider putting the tackle in. Schneider ahead for Minor. Minor first touch pass. Lee, she gets a long shot in, and it's in off the far post, just past the outstretched hand of Peyton Urban, and it's FC Dallas who have taken the lead. A little too much dribbling here in midfield from Rise, and they turn it over in a dangerous area. It was a good first-time pass from Samira Minor, and a really nice finish from Lee as she picks out a postage stamp just past the outstretched hand of Peyton Urban and in off the far post. It's FC Dallas who lead by a goal to nil.
FC Dallas goal scored in the 56th minute by number 23, Alexis Lee.
See if Rise can respond here. Although right now FC Dallas are mounting their attack and trying to keep it up.
FC Dallas have had the better of the play here in the second half, has to be said, and they get their reward. That's Lee's second goal of the season. She joins 3 others on 2 goals for the year. Both teams have now conceded 4 on the season, and now getting on top of a loose errant pass is Emma Torres. It's touchdown for Schutt. Here's Savannah Schutt, top of the box. She shoots. That's off the crossbar. The flag's gone up on the far side. The goal's been given. It's Savannah Schutt, bar down. The Rise have equalized just a minute later. Rise pounce. Emma Torres got on the loose back pass, picked out the run of Schutt, and Schutt was unmarked. And she rifled it from the top of the box over Emily Houck's outstretched hand, hit the bottom of the crossbar straight down, and the assistant on the far side immediately had the flag up to give the goal. It's 1-1. That's straight off of kickoff. It's FC Dallas who are offside. Savannah Schutt's goal was an excellent strike from just outside the box. And the 58th minute, we are knotted at a goal apiece here at Palmer Field.
It's an Austin Rise FC goal.
Westwood takes the long free kick, and again it bounces to Torres. Let's see if Torres can make something happen again. FC Dallas have to go all the way back to Houck, and Houck's touch is not a good one. She clears it towards the top of the box. Still bouncing around. It's Harris, got it to Schutt, but it does fall eventually to Kaiser. Kaiser clears it into midfield. Rise looking to get back on the front foot again. Here's Kara Harris. Over towards the right wing, Elwood got it to Hodge. Here's Hodge looking to run. She cuts back, gets in a left-footed cross. Here's McElderry near the penalty spot. She can't get her shot away, but got it back to Elwood. Good patience. Elwood had 2 on her, though, but wins the free kick in a dangerous position. And now it's Rise on the front foot.
Well, let's go back to the goal, and you'll see it come up right here on your screen. This is where it's going to come in. It's just going to come up top of the crossbar. That's how Austin Rise was able to respond and even this up. And now an opportunity.
Millie Elwood in a dangerous position. We've seen them go in from here. Let's see if she puts it on goal. No, she lobs it towards the spot, looking for the run of McElderry. Head up into the air, and it's Houck who high points it in goal for the visitors. Houck's clearing punt falls to Harris. Harris trying to feed it up left wing, but it's Kaiser steps into the passing lane. And now FC Dallas looking to attack. Here's Lee, their goal scorer, at the center circle. For Anaya. Anaya's pass, though, is knocked down by Torres. Ooh, Torres thought she had the run of McElderry, but decides to play across field. But that pass did not get to Hodge. And now Anaya. Anaya with time, trying to fire it towards the far side. Crashone there for Rise, and good control from her. Towards Hodge. Hodge looking to run at Alvarez. Alvarez did enough to put her off of that one, though. But it is out for a Rise throw. We've played an hour here at Palmer Field. And the goals coming just a minute apart. 56th minute for Lee, 57th for Shutt. It's 1-1 between Rise and FC Dallas. Here's Westwood. Over the top looking for McElderry, but it falls to Torres. Torres is 1-on-2, but it is still Emma Torres. A good slide tackle came in from Kaiser, but falls to Ramirez. Now McElderry, top of the box. She chips it towards Hodge. Hodge gets around Alvarez, but it's because she fouled Lauren Alvarez, and it'll be a free to FC Dallas. But again, it's Rise making things happen, and again, it's Emma Torres in the attacking midfield. Really been a difference maker for the last 10 minutes or so. In this 1-1 contest. In midfield, it's Westwood stepping up. Back for Harris. She'll go all the way home to Peyton Urban. Urban off her left. All being battled for now in midfield between Shutt. It's Schneider who comes away with it for Lee. Lee taps it down. The Storer out towards the far side. It's Samira Minor. Minor into the box. She tries to chip to the back post. That goes wide, and that may even stay in for a throw. No, it's just out for a goal kick. But we've seen now, I think, 3 or 4 times, including when they got their goal, but FC Dallas want to play that cross-field ball to Samira Minor at the edge of the box on left wing. Goal kick, as Urban takes it short to Wiley. Wiley with time, and she'll feed it long. Torres heads it forward, but the only one there is Katarina Campbell. McElderry, though, applying good pressure. It's back to Hauk. But calm passing out of the back from FC Dallas, who are left to right in red here in the second half. This is Alvarez. Gets around Hodge. Still Alvarez. She tried to cut inside, but her pass was cut out by Harris. FC Dallas will have to go again. This time it's Ramirez stepping into a passing lane. Campbell plays it ahead of Ramirez and gets it all the way back to Hauk. But here's another good press from Rise. McElderry nearly got to that one. And into midfield it falls for Kennedy Husbands. Husbands for Lee. Now Lee looking to run at Crashone. But Gabby Crashone applying some good pressure, but it did go to Husbands. Husbands gets in across, headed out by Wiley, though. To the edge of the center circle. Now Kaiser for the visitors. FC Dallas looking to apply some pressure now with Hannah Schneider. But Maya Ramirez with some good defending got away from her. But her clearing attempt got knocked down, and now it's Anaya. Feeds it towards the back post. That's over everybody's head, but it does fall, though. And a long shot comes in. That's over the crossbar from Kennedy Husbands. And I think she thinks she should have gotten that one on frame. It is just a goal kick. But FC Dallas still applying the pressure as they look to get their lead back that they only really enjoyed for about a minute. Both teams making a substitution. It's McElderry who leaves for Rise. Looks like Gianna Camuso is back. Off the goal kick, pressure being applied by Minor on Urban. She got it, though, to Wiley. Now in the 65th minute here at Palmer Field, it's out for an FC Dallas throw. And since the goal, Rise had a couple of good pressing opportunities, but now the last few minutes, FC Dallas starting to apply more pressure. So let's see if the veteran Camuso can calm things down and get Rise playing a bit more in transition with the ball. And right in front of our broadcast position is the FC Dallas throw into Ortiz. Her touch was a bit heavy. This should be a throw to Rise. Well, no, it stayed in. Here's Lee. Into the middle, Husbands. Husbands with time to turn. Picks out the run of Minor towards the edge of the box, but that pass a little heavy. Minor, though, does keep it in. Crashone out to Mark. The cross is floated towards the back post. Ramirez is there, but it's knocked down only to the spot. Here is Husbands. Husbands trying to shake off Westwood. She got it to Minor, edge of the box. Minor's cross blocked by Crashone. Rise not out of danger yet. Here's Husbands. Her pass, though, wasn't a good one. And Hodge is able to play it ahead for Torres. Torres is 1-on-3, but it looks like she just won a throw in midfield for Rise, who are again going to make a substitution. 65 minutes gone in this 1-1 matchup. The change will come at the back as Gabby Crashone leaves. And this time I'm pretty sure this is Ryan Jurgovich, who we have seen at right back. Started today, though, on the wing, and her long throw looks like it may provide an opportunity. Looking for the pass shut. Stepping into the passing lane is Kaiser, but falls to Torres. Torres has Hodge on her right, uses her, and Hodge wins the throw off the shin of Alvarez. Attacking throw for Rise.
Substitution for Austin Rise FC, now in number 2, Ryan Jurkovich.
Here's Hodge. Looking to dance around Alvarez. Alvarez did get the tackle in, but it's only as far as Elwood. Elwood trying to play it to Torres, but FC Dallas ready for it, and now they're looking here on the break. 4-on-4 if they hurry. Husbands, a crunching tackle from Kara Harris, though. That is her bread and butter, playing the number 6, the defensive midfield. The Mississippi State Bulldog, showing her grit there. And Kara Harris, of course, surviving the 7 rollover crash last fall, coming back to play the full season for Mississippi State, and now in good form here in WPSL play. Here's Torres for Rise, looking to pick out a run. She had Ramirez to her left, but there were FC Dallas bodies able to step into the lane. And into midfield, looking for Schneider, but it's Harris and Ramirez putting in strong challenges, and it is a free to FC Dallas. We've played 67 minutes and knotted at a goal apiece on a beautiful Saturday evening here at Palmer Field. Man, to her left, Alvarez. She gets around Hodge. That's been a good battle. She tried to play it towards the middle, but stepping into the passing lane was Harris for Rise. It is back in midfield, though, to the visitors, FC Dallas. Kaiser. Husbands taps it back for Mann. Rhea Mann stepping up now, carrying forward. Finds Lee. Lee to the left wing, Minor. Jurgovich out to mark her. Minor cuts to the top of the box. She gets a long shot in, and that is just wide of the far post. And Peyton Urban could only watch that one sail by her and hope that that was going wide. But that left wing's really where FC Dallas is looking to attack.
Well, it's where they were looking to attack earlier tonight, and it's kind of been that way, from start to finish right now for FC Dallas. That clearly they saw something, because that has been their go-to throughout the entirety of the night for the most part. And I think that's sort of what makes it interesting, because I think FC Dallas's score came not from the left wing, but really more in towards the center. And so, but they really see something on that left wing they really trying to take advantage of.
And even with the change, with Crashone going off for Jurgovich, doesn't really seem to change the kind of long crossing balls that FC Dallas are trying to play. Looks like Rise preparing a couple of substitutions. I see Katie Gernsbacher coming back for sure. And Wakana Ose as well, as Ramirez departs. Looks like Torres is left as well for Rise. And it's Cambry Patrick who returns for Rise. She's been playing left back today. And off the throw, it falls into the box. Scuffed clearance by Wiley. Bounces in the air, far corner. Rise trying to prevent a corner. It is out, and it is just a throw to the guests, but in an attacking position. Oh, they are going to give the corner in the end. Referee Joya Asadi has changed his decision. This is a 5th corner of the night for the visitors. Only one for Austin Rise. And as we hit the 70-minute mark, still knotted at 1. A big opportunity here, and bodies forward for FC Dallas. Kennedy Husbands to take. Lifts it towards the penalty spot. That's over the head of Campbell. It does fall in on Urban on one hop, but she is alert to collect. Rolled out Wiley. Wiley trying to feed it up left wing for Patrick, but that was well ahead of her. It is a throw to FC Dallas. In the 71st minute of action of a 1-1 game. 56-minute goal from Alexis Lee. Savannah Shutt replying just a minute later. Now Gernsbacher with her back to goal. Lifts it for Hodge. Hodge with a heavy first touch. Does she get around Alvarez? She did for a moment, but a sliding Emily Hauk is there to collect. Well, that ball was bouncing. It could have gone anywhere. Some good goalkeeping from Hauk. Up left wing, now Minor with her back to goal. Feeds it up the line. That does stay in as it carries all the way down into the Rise end. And Westwood puts it out for a throw to the visitors. Taken quickly, but it looks like Joya Asadi wanted to stop proceedings as a couple of substitutes are going to be made. I think that's Emily Chicas who has come in for Rise and pushing Jurgovic up to right wing by the looks of it. As it's put in to Lee. Oh, that's Ashley Perez, rather. As the cross comes in from Minor, collected by Urban, who fires it long towards Gernsbacher. That's a really good ball over the top. It does fall, though, to Mahan. And off the toe of Jurgovic, and FC Dallas throw far side. In midfield, Perez, who has just returned, guilty of the foul. And a free kick in midfield to the visitors here in the 73rd minute of a 1-1 matchup. It's been a really good one, as expected, here at the top of the Lone Star Conference. Here's Kaiser. Now Ortiz. Bouncing ball looking for Storer, but it does fall to Rise. Here's Gernsbacher. Coming way back into her own half. She played it to the far side. I thought that hit a hand, but it is picked up by FC Dallas. Looking to charge forward. Here's Ortiz. She fires a long shot. That's up over the crossbar, and Urban looked like she had it covered with a big dive. 73 minutes gone. This could go either way.
Well, and it almost gets to a point, if you're Rise, you almost start feeling if you can just hold them, you might accept the draw. It would put FC Dallas at 2-2-1, but it would be Rise's first draw in the season with 2 games left to go within the conference schedule. That's not a bad spot to be in. I know, Manager Bates and the squad aren't thinking that right now, but, as you kind of start drawing closer towards the end here, that becomes a very favorable scenario.
Now, I'm no math magician, but I do think all 3 points for Rise would seal the conference regular season title. But a point would leave it to the next week as it's touched forward towards Jurgovic, but tracking back was Alvarez. Well, Gernsbacher nearly picked out Ryan Jurgovic. It does go all the way back to Hauk, though, for FC Dallas, and just a really high level of play here tonight. 2 very professional sides as Kara Harris takes it off her opposite number, Nadia Ortiz. But it is Ortiz who recovers. Back for Kaiser. Now Owens. And she'll go all the way back home to Hauk. She tries to fire it cross pitch. Alvarez, I thought she may have kept it in. That was a heck of an effort. But it is out for a Rise throw. Jurgovic takes it quickly. Into the corner of the box, Gernsbacher. Good first touch from her. She's looking for Camuso, but stepping in front of her was Kaiser. And now it's the visitors looking to break. It's played long by Landry. Lee, well out of her box, though, was Urban to sweep. And it looked like Alexis Lee might have been the first one to get there, if not for the intervention of Peyton Urban. Alvarez towards the top of the box, looking for Storer. There was Cambry Patrick stepping in for Rise. Now Gernsbacher for Jurgovich. She lifts it up to Osei. Osei keeps it in on right wing. Camuso charging towards the spot. She plays it back though. Jurgovich gets the shot in. Oh, but that's just wide of the near post.
A little bit too wide and creates just a little bit too much of a goal opportunity that just can't be met. And really good setup, just unable to execute, and it's just really a microcosm of some of the, miscues that Austin Rise has experienced here tonight.
That charge forward, though, has gotten the crowd enthused here. Hearing some chants from our left. Good crowd on hand here at Palmer Field. Next home match for Rise, Thursday, the 2nd of July, 7 p.m. against the Fort Worth Vaqueros. If you can't make it out, we'll be right here bringing you all the action as Kaiser gets forward for FC Dallas. Shrugs off the challenge of Patrick, got it to Storer. On top of the box, it's Lee on her left, and it's Peyton Urban diving to her left with the strong left hand to make the save. It is out for a corner to the guests as Peyton Urban's called into action, and that's pretty much exactly where Alexis Lee scored from back in the 56th minute. But this time Peyton Urban able to cover at her near post. Got down well, good fundamentals. It's a 6th corner of the night for FC Dallas. With 13 minutes to go of normal time. Husbands to take the corner towards the back post. Headed out by Perez, but only to the top of the box. Storer. Long shot coming in from Lee, but that is an easy collection on the ground ball for Peyton Urban, and she's looking to throw it out to the right side. Haven't seen much of that from her. Rise trying to feed it forward, but bodies were back for the visitors. It does fall on the far side, though, to Jurgovich. Jurgovich looking to pick out the run at Camuso, but stepping into the lane that time was Rhea Mann. I don't know if that was the best option. But now to the near side, Kaiser. The center half looking to get forward again. She finds Storer on right wing. Storer working on Patrick. Back for Kaiser at the top of the box. She tries to get around Harris and fires a shot well wide under the challenge of Kara Harris. But it is going to be another corner to the guests with 78 minutes played. And now a 7th corner to 1 for FC Dallas. And it looks like Kennedy Husbands again as they look to be setting up in the far side of Peyton Urban's penalty box. Nobody on the goal line or in the 6. Everybody about 12 yards out. Looks like they're going to lift this one towards the back post. That falls through everybody. It falls, though, to Miner. She tries a shot. That's lifted to the near side. It didn't go out. It's effectively a pass. Here's Husbands. She'll get the cross in. Again, back post. Headed out Perez. And at the second effort, Harris is able to get it into midfield. So good defending from Rise. Here's Kaiser at midfield. Across for Alvarez. Ahead to Miner. For Lee. Lee turns and plays it to the right, Kaiser. Kaiser again getting forward for Storer. Storer near the goal line, feeds in across, that hit Cambry Patrick. It's out for another corner. This will be the 8th of the night for FC Dallas, and they are definitely threatening here. In the 80th minute, we've played 79, and again, it's Kennedy Husbands. Rise preparing 3 substitutes, but the corner taken short to Kaiser. Back for Husbands. Camuso, the only one there. Here's Kaiser in the box. Lifts it towards the back post. One hand there from Urban. It falls to the back post. Flag's gone up. It is out either way. I think Peyton Urban not too happy with her defense there as FC Dallas switching things up, going short, and maybe catching Rise a little unprepared.
Well, we talked about the chess match and the tactics that go into this and what some of those changes were. To your point, FC Dallas changing it up late as we near the 80th minute in this, and it just sets up as you draw closer, what tricks then does Rise have up their sleeve that they can pull? Because right now they are on their heels.
Gabby Crashone returns it right back. Ari Hodge at right wing. And left wing Emma Torres returns as Campbell intercepted the goal kick. It's back to Peyton Urban, who will pick it up. 80 minutes gone here. And Rise will look to break the deadlock. And I like seeing Emma Torres back for the last 10 minutes. She's been dangerous as Urban with a phenomenal punt. It does hit the ground. Hodge giving chase, as is Torres. It may fall to Torres. She gets the left-footed shot in, but up over the bar. She did well to even get to that on the half volley. But the substitutes immediately forcing a chance, Hodge and Torres.
Well, and we saw that in the tail end of the first half, right? The substitutes come in, it breathes life, creates a new sense of energy in the attack. And again, much like at the end of that first half, just couldn't quite execute. Let's see if they can make a run at it here.
Gernsbacher applying the pressure as it's played in the midfield, intercepted by Crashone, ahead to Gernsbacher. Gernsbacher will turn, looking to feed across to Torres, but stepping into the passing lane was Gianna Owens. Now Husbands to the left wing Minor. 82nd minute, still knotted at a goal apiece here at Palmer Field. It's been a good one here at the top of the Lone Star Conference. Kara Harris does well to get to a loose ball for Patrick. Harris calling for it, back to Kara Harris. She turns and finds Gernsbacher at the center circle. She lifts a pass towards Osei. Owens giving chase ahead of Akana Osei, but Osei puts her off the touch. Kaiser has to come and help out. Kaiser cleaning up, but it's an attacking throw to Rise. Well, Emily Hauk, I've noticed throughout this match, she's not really eager to come out and sweep. That may have been helpful there. But good pressure here from Rise. Cambry Patrick will be the one to lob it in. 82 minutes gone. Gernsbacher. Back for Patrick. Looking to get a cross in towards Hodge. Knocked down, though, by Owens, and Owens lifts it clear. Right in front of our broadcast position. Again, a throw to Rise. Beautiful sunset here on Saturday evening in North Austin. Glad you've decided to spend part of your Saturday evening with us. Rob Jaskula, David Roy. Our camera operators this evening, Merle Bertrand, Rob Jaskula Sr., and it is Suna Venkat in the studio. Here's Millie Elwood for Rise. More attacking intent here since the latest batch of subs. Here's Ari Hodge, right wing. Working on Minor into the box. Hodge trying to beat her to the end line, but Minor does a good job shielding her. And that's just the veteran strength against the youngest member of Austin Rise. But more attacking intent from Rise, and let's see if they could force a turnover with 7 minutes to go. In midfield, it's Ortiz. She did well to spin away from Harris and got to Storer. With Patrick on her back. And she does win the free kick. That's what she was looking for. 84th minute, shots 18-12 in favor of FC Dallas. Corners are 8-1 in their favor, but the score knotted at 1. Goals just a minute apart, just before the hour mark. Here's Minor into midfield. It's Lee. Lee feeding it to her left, looking for the run of Anaya. Crashone got there first and tapped it to Westwood. Westwood clears to throw, though, to FC Dallas on the far side. Taking quickly towards the top of the box, Minor. Lifts it in for Ortiz. Ortiz trying to play it across the box. Storer. She let it run across her, but did get back on top of it for Kaiser. And into the attacking midfield now. Here come Dallas. A long shot from Lee, and that's well high and well wide. Well, Alexis Lee has earned the right to shoot with her fine goal earlier, but that one not quite what she was looking for.
It's like a foul ball in baseball. Didn't stand a chance. Wasn't even something for the outfielder to make a play on. Same situation here. Urban is so high and off the mark, had no chance of even hitting the goal, even hitting the crossbar. Didn't even have to worry about it. Didn't even have to make much of an effort at it.
And she'll play the goal kick long, so another tactical change here from Michael Bates. Oh, and it nearly paid dividends as it almost fell to Rise, but instead it's Ortiz. And it's Dallas with the chance to attack. To her right, Storer. Storer leaves it back. What a slide tackle from Kara Harris. A really good one from the defensive midfielder. And it's up to Hodge. looking for the run of Gernsbacher, but it's knocked down by Mahan. To the left wing, it's Miner. She has time to cross to the far side. It bounces to Lee. Lee with Wiley marking her. Lee tries to feed it across the 6. It comes to Storr. Her long shot is off the crossbar. Still alive. It's Husbands on it. But she was coming back from an offside position. Oh boy, was that nearly a 2-1 goal. We had a great look at that from our broadcast position, nearly picking out the postage stamp. She did not miss by more than maybe a couple of inches as that met the upright and the crossbar. But here deep in the 86th minute, we stay knotted at 1. Kaiser departs for FC Dallas. Interesting. She's been doing a nice job getting forward from her right center back position. And it's Lauren Alvarez who returns, and immediately Alvarez heads down the kick, and it falls to Miner. Miner tried to play it forward. Wiley with a dangerous loose touch. Storer got her foot in there, and it's going to be Storer who wins the race on the near side. Savannah Storer
Substitution for FC Dallas.
comes back to Alvarez.
Lauren Alvarez.
87th minute, and FC Dallas looking to threaten again. As Husbands plays it back for Owens, they'll be patient. Here's Miner. Looking to turn and pick out a pass. Harris slid in to the passing lane. And now it's fed forward towards the goal line and just out for a Rise goal kick. Deep in the 87th minute. Not expecting a ton of added time. There's been a goal either way. But no real injuries and not a ton of substitutions either. We'll see how much extra we play. Knotted at 1. Let's see if either team can find a winner. Here's Krishone. Lifting it up right wing side. That's over Gernsbacher's head, but Torres is giving chase. Dallas able to play it back to Hauk. And Hauk got it to the near side. It's Alvarez. With Torres and Harris giving chase. Torres takes a crunching tackle from Kara Harris. It is out just for a throw, though, to FC Dallas. Holly Storer will take it. She's about 10 yards up from where it went out, but takes it anyway into Husbands. Husbands for Campbell, stepping up. Across the far side, Miner. Now looking to get a cross in is Landry. Landry towards the 6. Feet get in there. Long shot. And that is knocked down by Cambry Patrick. Great control from her. And she fires it out for a throw. Well, Rise having to do a lot of defending here late in the second half. 88 minutes on the clock. Long throw into Lee. Lee's first touch betrayed her. Krishone wins the free kick. Good work from Gabby Krishone there, and I don't think she'll be in a big hurry here to take this. In this 1-1 contest. It'll be Westwood. Lee, the only one pressing fully, but still plenty of bodies forward for Dallas. And Westwood will fire it ahead towards Gernsbacher, headed forward by Osei. Now Torres. Torres looking for a runner. She feeds it back inside. It's Wakana Osei, top of the box. Has Hodge to her right. It's Ari Hodge, just wide of the near post. Great patience from Osei, finding the run of Hodge. She just couldn't find the target. Dallas playing quickly here with just a minute to play of normal time. But Westwood gets there. Feeds a long pass to Hodge. Hodge looking to run at Miner. Hodge feeding it inside, looking for Gernsbacher. That's just a step ahead of her. And Hauk will scoop it at the top of her 6-yard area. And playing out from the back again are Dallas, but they're looking a little dicey here. It's Alvarez for Storer. Her pass was intercepted by Harris, but Harris just lifted it forward towards the goal line with 30 seconds to go of normal time. Kept in by the visitors. Pass into midfield, knocked down by Wiley. She got it to Osei. Osei's looked lively here. Now it's Torres. Torres looking to split some defenders. She does. Emma Torres to the byline. Crosses back across. Hodge is there. Oh, but a good deflection. But now it's Elwood to Hodge, top of the box. Rise really threatening here. Hodge, fancy footwork. Her left-footed cross got blocked near Gernsbacher, but she didn't get on it before Dallas are able to clear. We've entered stoppage time. 1-1 here at Palmer Field. It's Kara Harris. Can Rise find the winning goal? Lets it run to Hodge. Hodge running against Miner. She gets in a left-footed cross, but that is just ahead of both Gernsbacher and then Cambry Patrick. Another goal kick, but Rise looking the more likely right now. It looks like Dallas want to slow things down. They're going to make a change. And now maybe FC Dallas happy to leave with a point.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, you're starting to feel really just kind of the way the pendulum is swung. And I understand, what we're saying, which is, well, mathematically, you don't get the points with the win. You only get the 1 point in the draw. But, if you're FC Dallas, you're already tied for second place in the conference. You might take that and just try again another day at this point.
Harris looking for Hodge, but this time Miner stepped into the passing lane and booted it the length of the pitch. We've played 1 minute and 15 seconds of added time as Urban picks it up and punts it forward. Torres may get onto this one. She's the first one there. Out of her box is Hauk. Hauk lifts it forward, collides with Torres. Referee waves away any foul calls, and that's the right call. Rise, though, looking to hurry. It's Patrick. Can they get one more look? She feeds it down the line looking for Osei, but Osei can't quite get there. We've played 1 minute and 45 seconds of what we suspect is only 2 or 3 minutes. Emily Hauk, the furthest she's been out of her goal all night. Out to sweep there ahead of Emma Torres, and they really needed her to there. Torres would have been in all alone. Into the 3rd minute of added time as Crishone heads down, only towards her manager, Michael Bates. It's a FC Dallas throw in this 1-1 contest coming down to the wire here at the top of the Lone Star Conference. Crishone heads down, looking for Hodge, but it's picked up by Miner. Is there another chance in this for FC Dallas now? Campbell in midfield. Has it taken off a Herf move momentarily by Torres. It falls to Ortiz. Ortiz looking to play it forward, but it's Kara Harris who intercepts in the passing lane with the final touch of what's been an excellent contest. And at full time, it's Austin Rise 1, FC Dallas 1. Point apiece here, and I think both sides actually will take that. For Rise, that puts the conference down to goal differential, as FC Dallas cannot pass them now in terms of points. But for FC Dallas, a big point on the road as they stay alive here at the top of the Lone Star Conference. And, well, David, we expected a tight game. That's exactly what we got.
Yeah, and it's when you get down, and it's 2 factors, right? One is FC Dallas, good squad, really capable, and especially second place in the district. The other part of it is this. You're getting down into the final weeks of conference play. So in a situation where every match already matters, you're at a spot where, because of it, every game now carries more weight to it. The further you get into it, the more that becomes reality. We'll pull up the conference standings again here for you. Just as you take a look, this is what was coming into tonight. You take a look at it, I mean, you're going to add a draw here to Austin Rise, add one to FC Dallas. FC Dallas will be 2 wins, 2 draws, a loss. Austin Rise, 4 wins, a draw, and a loss. Still a lot of matches to play, but, just across the conference. But for Austin Rise, only 2 weeks left in their conference schedule. And again, it just sets a stage now. You're in the driver's seat, but everybody else in the conference knows it. So all the miscommunication, all of the miscues that we saw tonight, a team that was very much out of sync here tonight, they're going to have to work through that as they start to get everybody's best effort here down the stretch.
2 matches left for Austin Rise, as you mentioned, David. Next Saturday, Rise go to South Star FC, who we saw here a few weeks ago. Rise took the fixture here at Palmer Field 3-1 before returning home to round out the regular season calendar Thursday, the 2nd of July, against Fort Worth Vaqueras, a 7 p.m. start. We hope you can make it out to Palmer Field for that one. If you can't, though, we'll be right here bringing you all the action. Tonight, it was Alexis Lee striking in the 56th minute, a really good left-footed shot from the top of the box, beating the outstretched hand of Peyton Urban and deflecting in off the inside of the post. She couldn't have placed that any better. But just a minute later, Savannah Schutt replying, striking from just outside the box at the other end, crossbar down, a thumping goal to equalize. But we saw all the goal scoring in a 1-minute stretch. A very exciting contest here. And we do hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And, well, a bit of a damn squib of an outcome as it finishes a goal apiece between FC Dallas and Austin Rise. From our broadcast colleague David Roy, from Earl Bertrand, Rob Jaskula Sr., and Suna Vedkat, we do thank you for spending part of your Saturday night with us. We'll see you back here at Palmer Field on July 2nd. Thank you very much, everybody, and take care. Good night.